Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. On Wednesday, that is yesterday, a mob attacked Capitol Hill building. Capitol Hill building in United States, in Washington. Now, that is one part of the story. The second part of the story is, in some way, India got dragged in. And that's the story we're going to talk about. Let's get right into the show. Yesterday, that is 6th of January 2021, the congressional session was going on in the Capitol Hill building. This session was going on to certify Joe Biden's victory over Donald Trump. That is why the session was going on. Now, a little away from the Capitol Hill building is a park called the Ellipse Park, and in this Ellipse Park, Donald Trump was having a rally.
Today we see a very important event, though, because right over there, right there, we see the event going to take place, and I'm going to be watching because history is going to be made. We're going to see whether or not we have great and courageous leaders or whether or not we have leaders that should be ashamed of themselves throughout history, throughout eternity. They'll be ashamed. And you know what? If they do the wrong thing, we should never, ever forget that they did. Never forget. We should never, ever forget. With only 3 of the 7 states in question, we win the presidency of the United States, and they've lost all credibility in this country. We will not be intimidated into accepting the hoaxes and the lies that we've been forced to believe. Over the past several weeks, we've amassed overwhelming evidence about a fake election. This is the presidential election. Last night was a little bit better because of the fact that we had a lot of eyes watching one specific state, but they cheated like hell anyway. You have one of the dumbest governors in the United States. But we got to get them straightened out. Today, for the sake of our democracy, for the sake of our Constitution, and for the sake of our children, we lay out the case for the entire world to hear. Do you want to hear it? In every single swing state, local officials, state officials, almost all Democrats, made illegal and unconstitutional changes to election procedures without the mandated approvals by the state legislatures. That these changes pave the way for fraud on a scale never seen before. And I think we can go a long way outside of our country when I say that. Despite everything we've been through, looking out all over this country and seeing fantastic crowds, although this, I think, is our all-time record. I think you have 250,000 people. 250,000 looking out at all the amazing patriots here today. I have never been more confident in our nation's future. Well, I have to say we have to be a little bit careful. That's a nice statement, but we have to be a little careful with that statement. If we allow this group of people to illegally take over our country, because it's illegal when the votes are illegal, when the way they got there is illegal, when the states that vote are given false and fraudulent information. We are the greatest country on earth, and we are headed and were headed in the right direction. You know, the wall is built. We were doing record numbers at the wall. Now they want to take down the wall. Let's let everyone flow in. Let's let everybody flow in. We did a great job in the wall. Remember the wall? They said it could never be done. One of the largest infrastructure projects we've ever had in this country. And it's had a tremendous impact. And we got rid of catch and release. We got rid of all of the stuff that we had to live with. But now the caravans, they think Biden's getting in. The caravans are forming again. They want to come in again and rip off our country. Can't let it happen. As this enormous crowd shows, we have truth and justice on our side. We have a deep and enduring love for America in our hearts. We love our country. We have overwhelming pride in this great country, and we have it deep in our souls. Together, we are determined to defend and preserve government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
And he had a 1-hour speech in this rally, and he gathered his supporters and told his supporter that, this rally is Save America rally, and, this election and all was all fudged. These supporters, after the rally, started walking towards the Capitol Hill building. They breached the parameter. They had a scuffle with the police. They went inside the Capitol Hill building. They broke the window panes of Capitol Hill building. In fact, they went up the Capitol Hill building. Some of them entered the building, went inside these congressmen's cabins and everything, vandalized the cabin. And the police say that some of them were using some kind of a chemical. 4 people died, 3 critically injured, and 52 people were arrested. This mob came in because people say that Donald Trump instigated them. This mob came in because they felt that the election was all humbug, it was all rigged. This possibly was the first time in the United States of America that an incident of this sort took place. And it is possibly for the first time in America that a former president, in fact, he is not a former president, he is sitting president, a president, created such kind of hurdles during transfer of power from one president to another. Normally, it is done very gracefully and very stylishly. America, mind you, is the world's oldest democracy, like we are the world's biggest democracy. So this is the story. Now, where is the India angle coming in? Now, when the protesters were moving into the Capitol Hill building, when they were having this scuffle with the police staff in the Capitol Hill staircase, there were flags shown. As you're seeing in the screen, the United States of America's flag, there is a Republican's flag, and do you see in that corner? There is one Indian flag. Now, this flag, God knows who got it there, but this flag is going to have a lot of ramifications for India. You see, this, like I said earlier, is possibly the worst day in American democracy, and it will be etched in history. That shot, this photograph will be etched in history as one of the worst days in America, and mind you, that photo will carry an Indian flag for the rest of our lives, for the rest maybe hundreds of years. Indians were nowhere involved. No Indian was interested whether Trump becomes the president or Biden becomes the president or whatever. Indians were not interested. Indians were not interested in anything. Indians didn't even know, but our flag was carried there. The ramification for this is going to be on people of Indian origin who has settled in America. There is going to be ramification. The ramification is going to be there for students who have gone to America for studying. Ramifications will be there for people who have gone to earn a living in America. Indians who have gone there will be paying a price. We will be paying a price for that stupid man who was carrying our flag in that particular mob frenzy, that particular riot. And again, India had nothing to do with it. We had absolutely nothing to do with it. While our Prime Minister tweeted and said, which is good. He tweeted and said that distressed to see news about rioting and violence in Washington, D.C., orderly and peaceful transfer of power must continue. The democratic process cannot be allowed to be subverted through unlawful protests. He tweeted. But unfortunately, like the world will not forget that particular shot of our flag, the world will not forget this even.
The words of candidate Trump, अब की बार Trump सरकार.
Our head of state going to another country, endorsing a person like Donald Trump. The world will not forget that either. Maybe that person who was holding our flag thought that we were the best friends of Trump. We are not. Our Prime Minister may have good relations with him, but that doesn't make India the best friend of Trump. And that is what possibly that man who was carrying that flag thought. This particular event and this particular statement made possibly will haunt us for a long, long time. Will haunt us for a long, long time, and this is why diplomatic relationships should be rather between two countries and not between two human beings. Diplomatic relationships and diplomatic overtures should be left to professionals. They are called diplomats. These diplomats are trained. There is a protocol that one follows. And once the protocol is breached, it looks good for a short time. But these are the long-term ramifications of those breach of protocol. There is a way and manner how two heads of state meet, how two heads of state interact with each other, as to how two heads of state behave with each other. There is a protocol in which they speak and what they speak. There is a protocol. When one breaches those protocols and when one acts unorthodox and plays it by their rules, chances are we get into this kind of situation where an Indian flag was dragged in to that riot. Choose our people well, choose our representatives well, and most importantly, stay away from divisive politics, from polarization. Stay away, because polarization will fetch you nothing good end of the day. Trump showed it. Take that as a case study. And that's what I think we should learn from what happened in United States. And of course, we will keep you abreast of what is going to go on. I'm sure the law enforcement agencies and the military and etc. there will take care of the situation, and Biden will be put on the helm. He'll be placed in the chair. But the fact remains that what happened was unfortunate and very, very sad for democracy in totality. Before I end my show, as usual, please subscribe to our channel, please share our content, and most importantly, if you can, please be a member of our YouTube, because you being a member will help us financially, that will help us pay our bills. So, till I see you next time, Namaskar.
Hello everyone, HW News English is 2 years old now. When we started this venture, we promised ourselves one thing, that news should remain free, because right to know is the right of every Indian. But to keep news free for everyone, we need support from some of you. And thus we have rolled out membership on our YouTube channel HW News English. But mind you, the membership is completely voluntary. The programs that we were doing earlier, that we are doing now, will continue to remain free. First level is a basic level. Here, you can be our supporter by paying Rs 199 per month. This membership gives you certain perks and benefits. The perks include unique badges in front of your name, a live show from Mr. Sujit Nair and from Mr. Akhilesh Bhargava per month for our members. You can also vote in some exclusive members-only polls. Now the second level is Super Supporter. Here you can be our Super Supporter by paying Rs 3,999 per month. This membership will include every perk that comes with basic level. Additionally, our Super Supporters can be a part of a WhatsApp group where we can have discussions and suggestions on various topics. The second perk includes a gift pack with our merchandise. And the third perk is a Google Meet with Mr. Sujit Nair, where you can join the meet and ask your questions to Mr. Nair face to face. Lastly, if you like, we would give a shout out to our super supporters in our programs. So, hope to see you soon with our badges.